Will you obey the walrus? I guess that's what I want to talk about in this episode of More Creepypasta. Somebody posted a comment on my channel. I will give credit to them in the description. They asked me to watch Obey the Walrus because they felt it was a pretty creepy video, and it was actually popular at the time. The story behind Obey the Walrus, it was supposedly a video made by a Spanish cult called La Morsa, or translated into the Walrus, and the original video is called Obedece La Morsa. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that pronunciation, but basically it was a cult to control people and bring them bad luck. I'm not sure if the cult was supposed to do that. Again, I should have read more into it, but the simple description of the video was whoever watches it will get bad luck immediately after, directly from watching the video. So I wanted to try that out. I actually will open the video right now, going to YouTube. I'm not gonna show it on camera. I mean I did that last time with the grifter, but I don't know. I don't want to, you know, if people want to watch this, that should be up to them. I don't want to have to force them to watch it just through this video. So this is basically, I'm just going to describe, I already seen the video for review purposes. I'll tell you what I feel about it, because it is an interesting story, and it's actually, I don't know why people get creeped out about it, but personally I had a different opinion. So I'm going to watch it. I'm going to turn this up all the way. It was just buffering for a second. My computer is slowing down. I'm just turning it down so it doesn't blow my speakers out. It is pretty loud. And then there's very light audio in the background. It's just looping a clip over and over at this point. And I'll describe the clip in a little bit. I probably should have done that first. But that's what the video sounds like. What it looks like, it just opens up with an animated head. I read comments that they said it was from a Star Fox game. Animated head singing the first part of that song. And then as it cuts to the speedy part, it just shows like a warped pattern. Just a pattern. Just playing it until... And then when it plays the slow part of the song, or the reversed part of the song, it shows a very skinny person. Looks kind of like a woman. That could pass as a guy. And there's a reason for that. Actually, the video, well, that's pretty much the rest of the video. It just shows clips of this very skinny person with very skinny arms, just walking around dancing with an umbrella. There's a part where she also has a clown on her head, like a stuffed clown. And there's a reason why the person's so skinny. This is a real person. I did the research, and it's actually a transsexual named the Goddess Bunny. And I'll just call her she, because I don't know the etiquette for declaring gender for transgender people. This person was apparently sexually assaulted as a kid, and somehow she entered into exotic dancing. She called herself the Goddess Bunny, and the thing with her, she's so skinny because I believe she has a form of polio. Her arm, literally a bone, just bone. Her legs are so skinny, they're essentially just bones too. I think you could see her rib cage, but why people are creeped out about this, I think, is because of the music. The music has a very strong effect on people. If you just mute it and watch it, it's not bad at all. It's just a skinny, very skinny person dancing, staring into the camera too. That's the inaudible part, probably. You can probably hear it because the microphone on this camera is decent, but I don't know. I think the story behind it is interesting. It's very vague too, so it leaves more to the imagination, which is what some creepypastas try to steer away from. They try to get all the details out right off the bat. They just try to get as much detail as possible. This, it just says, you know, bad luck will come to whoever watches the video. And it's hard to say if that even works, because the day I originally watched this, we had to unload hay. We help our uncle unload hay during the summer. My job is stacking it in the barn, so I have to stand on top of bales that are already stacked and stack them as more bales come in. I think that day I must have fallen in between the bales like 5 times, and that usually doesn't happen. But that's probably just an accident, because there were a lot of gaps in between the bales, and I should have seen them anyway. But that was just my experience. Just after watching the video. That happened immediately after I started watching the video. Other than that, I think it's a very interesting story, but once the secret's out about who the character actually is, the goddess bunny, people just aren't scared by it anymore. It was a very popular story though, apparently, when it originally came out. It was big in Mexico, I think. Either way, it creeped out a lot of people legitimately. And that's because they're probably not used to seeing somebody that skinny. And along with that, warped music playing back and forth. It sounded like a version of the Itsy Bitsy Spider. So, what I think about the story, it's a very interesting story. I did like it. It was interesting, but without the audio, it really doesn't do anything. And the story is so vague, it actually leaves enough to the imagination to draw your own conclusions from it. So I guess that's it for this episode. Leave comments if you have any ideas for stories. I am actually considering more. I'm not sure what I plan on doing next, but leave comments. I will try to make another episode soon. So thanks for watching.